So today I'm going to be reviewing the Amica stainless steel oven, which I received from AO to do a product review. So I'm going to start off with a few of the settings and how to do things, and then I'm going to go on to show you the settings that I really like about this oven and why I'd recommend it, and the certain things that I'm not too sure about. Okay, so starting off, over here, if we go to this area, what you can see, this is the clock dial which I set earlier. Now the clock is really simple to set when you first get the oven. You literally hold the menu button down for 1 second, and then you use the right hand side and the left hand side to change the numbers up and down dependent on the time of the day. I'm not going to change that because it's already set. Now with regards to the menu button here and dials 2 and 3, this is where you would set your timer when you're actually cooking something, and it's dead simple. It's literally menu for 1 second. You can see the little bells come up there, so that means that the timer needs to be set, and then if I press these buttons up here, you can see that moves up. Now, simple mistake that I made was that I thought these were seconds and that were minutes. So just to be clear, these are your minutes, so that would be 13 minutes. And there, if it was there, it would be 13 hours. So what's really great about this is actually, if we just go back, is you can set the timer up to, if we keep going, you can see how quick it'll change for you. Still going, still going. Still going. We're almost there. 23 hours and 59 minutes, okay? Now what would happen is that alarm would then go off, and if you weren't around to stop the alarm going off, it would just keep going off every 7 minutes. So if you hold these two buttons together, so if we go here, that cancels it out. So these two together cancels it out, and this one will take you back to the beginning and back on the time, okay? This button here, so this knob, literally just press it really gently, and then you can see this is where you change the temperature for your oven dependent on what you're cooking, okay? And what's really nice actually in the instructions when they come through is it advises you on the temperature to use dependent on what you're cooking. So if I bring this over here for you to see, what you can see there is the different cooking settings. So you can see what temperature it advises, which level to put it on in the oven, so whether that's at the top of the oven, the bottom of the oven, and the time in which you should use it to cook it, okay? If we go back down here to the dials, I'm just going to take you through a few of the settings that I really like here on the cooker. So the first setting that I really like is this one here to start off with, and this is a light setting. Now this is ideal for if you are wanting to clean your oven and actually see what you're doing, and what you'll find is when that's on, no heat will actually come out of there, so no chances of burning yourself whilst you're doing that one. What's also really key about this oven is it has a removable glass fitting here, so that you can actually really get deep inside and do a proper clean of your oven if you want to. Moving on to the various settings that are available on here. Another setting that I really like here is the defrost one. So if you're like myself and don't have a microwave but want to eat something that needs finishing off defrosting, you can use this setting. Now what it does, it sets off the fan, but same again, it will have no heat coming out of the oven, so it won't actually cook the food, but it'll speed up the defrosting process for you. If we go back one step, this one here, this is what's known as rapid preheating, and this is what you can use to heat your oven up if you want to do it really quickly and use that to preheat the oven rather than waiting on the normal setting. But it won't preheat unless you actually click on here and set the temperature to what you want, and you can see there that little light comes on to tell you that once that goes off, it's reached its temperature. Okay, so moving on, what we have here, this is a fan with a combined grill, so It advises in the book that this is really good for cooking things such as fish, for example, or chicken. It's not a setting I've actually tried myself, but I may do another review and let you know how I find that one. Moving on to this setting here. This is what's known as an enhanced roaster or super roaster. Basically this is the grill of your oven, but also with the top heater on. Now this is ideal for if you're making things like shepherd's pie and you need to grill the top really quickly, but it might already be cooked underneath, or things like if you're just wanting to brown off the food, things like that. This one here in the booklet, it's called a roaster, but this would be what you would generally know as your grill. Now what I like about this setting is actually it will only work if the door is shut. It won't work if the door is open, whereas previous ovens I've had, to make the grill work, you've had to have the door open, and what you find is the smell tends to escape. Moving on from this, we've got what's known as a bottom heater on. Okay, so this setting here actually is really good for if you're wanting to do cakes from the bottom. So that's really good for example, doing like a fruit-based cake, or if you wanted to make a really nice moist cake, because the heat comes from the bottom. Moving on, we have the top and bottom heaters. Now these are ideal for basically everything and anything. This is kind of what you would do your normal cooking in, so things like cakes, meat, fish, bread, pizza. But it does advise that you should always preheat the oven on using the rapid preheater for this one. Moving on from this is what's known as your convection with a ring heating element. So this one is basically allows for the heat circulation to go around, and what that does is that allows the temperature to be the same all over. So I used this one for doing a pot roast the other day, and it cooked it absolutely perfectly. The meat was succulent, and it just made sure that everything was cooked through. Moving on from this, we have the top heater, bottom heater, and the fan heater that are on, and this is basically your everything. So everything that's on this setting here, it kind of cooks it for you. Now with regards to this one, this setting is ideal for cooking cakes again, but same again, if you just wanted to get that all over, an extra heat in there, it's good for that as well. And then moving over to the final setting there, what you can see is the fan assisted oven there with the bottom heater on. Now this one I used the other day to make pizza, and I can tell you now there was definitely no soggy bottoms, so it was a really good pizza setting, and I really like that about the cooker. Now I'm just going to switch that all off. Now just with regards to the Amica cooker, one of the things that you do get inside it is you do get 2 trays, and then you also get 1 deep roast baking tray, so for doing your roast potatoes, things like that, you roast on a Sunday, anything, it's a deep pan one. And the other one you get is more of a flat one, which I've actually got over here, which is soaking. Now it does state that these are non-stick pans. I did use the oven last night, I didn't clean it straight away. And what I have found is that there is a little bit of grease that's kind of came on there that I'm really struggling to get off. But what I have done is soaked it in boiling water with washing up liquid, as it advises to do, and I'm hoping that'll come off. So as I say, this has been my review on the Amica stainless steel cooker. I hope you've enjoyed it. Thank you once again to AO for letting me review it.